Yeah, happy evening. My name is D. Bogeshwarao. I would like to share some of my thoughts on an NLP concept known as calibration. So, what do you mean by calibration? Calibration is a kind of a reading and responding to non-verbal communications of a person. So now verbally people may speak something, but their facial expressions, their physiology, their eye cues or the facial expressions, they also express or communicate the meaning of the person, the client. So understanding the non-verbal language of the person is very important to understand the real meaning of the person, so that it will help us a lot in coaching a person as to how to change his calibrate his non-verbal communication. So it's very important to understand the calibration or non-verbal communication of the person. So here we can observe a person and his facial expressions, physiology, and movements of his eyes, eye cues. So they give us, no, they speak certain language. So by observing them, we can understand the real communication. Now, suppose if we say something, if we make a false statement to the client, that we can observe, no, even if he doesn't speak, the way he responds or the way his facial expressions, physiology, even without talking, we can understand the meaning. So in the same way, by his, no, if it is true, then definitely the face will be something, positive signs will are visible. And if it is false, we can see the low energy levels and a kind of lower kind of expressions in the eyes or in the face or the tonality or gestures, whatever it is. So it's very important to understand and to understand the persons, so that we can handle accordingly. So this is all about calibration, reading and responding to the non-verbal communication of a person. The second one is about the swish pattern. Swish pattern also, it is one of the concept of the NLP techniques or NLP concepts, where so we can alter or change the neurological patterns or the state of the mind of the persons. Now, if you are in a one state or in a unresourceful state, we can definitely change it into resourceful state, that is desired state. So for this we have to know why is it required. It is required to change the bad habits of a person, like somebody like a kind of nail biting is a bad habit, or smoking, or drinking, or overeating, oversleeping, or procrastinating. All these are a kind of unresourceful and bad habits. So they can be changed or modified with the help of this swish technique. So here what do we do? There are 3 steps, and firstly understanding or identifying the behavior, bad behavior, whatever it is, biting the nail or oversleeping, overeating, whatever it is. Then seeing the bad picture of it, to modifying and magnifying the effects of that one. So if you do like this, you will be seeing that a magnified field of all its extreme unwanted things or extreme cases of going into losses or going into loss of health kind of things. So by explaining that thing again, immediately breaking the state. So what are the repercussions, extreme repercussions? So having made those things clear, and again changing the state by breaking the state, coming to the normal state, and now magnifying the other side of the story, like by changing the modalities, so we can bring out the term desired state by again explaining all the big picture, what all the benefits if we changes from that state. So once we start explaining and repeat the process some 3-4 times or 3-4 days, so continuously, so that is bound to have a change in the at the neurological level of that person. That's how this swish technique is useful from now getting rid of all the bad states or bad habits, and getting the desired state whatever we want. So that's how this technique is very important in our NLP practices. Thank you.